वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह. Guru Pyari Sat Sangat ji, welcome on the Discover Sikhi program, which is being recorded and shown by Sikh channel. The purpose of this show is to answer the questions asked by the Sangat. Objective is how we can become closer to Vaheguru, our Creator. That's the only purpose of this program. We are not here to criticize anyone. We are here try and understand what Gurbani's message is for us so we can achieve objective of this life. Today on the program we have Sat Sangat, and also we have received quite a few questions via the email. An email address is discoversikhi@sikhchannel.tv. So if you have any questions, you can email your question at that email address, discoversikhi@sikhchannel.tv. So we're going to start off with our first question, Pawanjit. So can we just read out the first question, which was asked by one of the Singhs at the Sikhi camp?
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. The first question, which has actually come up quite a few times, I've heard many people ask this question, is how do we do Simran? How do we meditate? One of the principles of Sikhi is to do Nam Japana. Are you able to explain how we can actually do that?
Okay, so to be able to answer that question, I need to give you some background. This Singh asked me how we should meditate. Is reading Gurbani good? For example, if you are saying Ek Onkar, Vaheguru, you are only one, you are my creator. You have created me. I thank you for that. Is that good enough? Or should I say Vaheguru? Or should I say Vaheguru with emphasis on He? Vaheguru. So, answer to that is very simple. Simran means to remember. Remember whom you love. And the way you can be one with Vaheguru is love Vaheguru. Appreciate what Vaheguru has given you. I'll give you a simple example. If you love your mom, you love your mother, you appreciate she looks after you, she cooks food for you, she buys clothes for you. How would you remember your mother? You don't have to say special words. You say words which please your mother. Say thank you. So Guru Maharaj in Japji Sahib Bani reveals, Moho ke bolan boliya, jit sun tare pyar. What should I say from my mouth? What words should I utter so Vaheguru loves me? The answer is Amrit Vela Sach Nao Vadiyai Vichar. Amrit Vela means, you need to understand this. Amrit, made up of two words. Mrit means dead. Amrit means live. When your mind is live, when your mind is focused, Sach Nao, utter the true name of Vaheguru. How? Vadiyai Vichar. Contemplate upon the greatness of Vaheguru. Think how amazing is Vaheguru. And that's the simple way. Now, moving further on, everyone is different. Some people say Vaheguru, like Vaheguru. Some people say Vaheguru. It doesn't matter how you say. It depends what your intentions are. Do you have pyar for Vaheguru? Vaheguru means you are wonderful, Guru. You are amazing. Your creation is amazing. You have given me this body. It's amazing. Have you got that feeling? That's the question. Okay? So if you have that feeling, doesn't matter how you say it, as long as you can be a nice person, loving person, and you feel Vaheguru very close to you. And when you are in the company of different people, you are at home, people feel Vaheguru in you. That's the most important thing. Does it make sense? If you are getting closer to Vaheguru, when you are present, you should feel that Vaheguru is there. I can talk to you nicely, politely, and I represent Vaheguru through my actions, through my speech, through my thoughts. Okay? So I think that's the simple answer. Some people love listening to the Katha. Some people love listening to the Kirtan. So everyone has different taste. Everyone has different way of connecting to Vaheguru. But fruit should be the same. That is, jin prem kiyo, tini par. Moho ke bolan boliye, jit sun tare pyar. Muh to ki bol boliye, Vaheguru sade naal pyar kare. Now you can, from the Sadh Sangat and from the panel, if you want to add anything, you can please add. Maybe it's your experience you want to share with the Sangat.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਹੈ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਖਾਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਖਾਸ਼ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਭੋਜਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਾਂ ਇਹ ਗੋਲੀ ਕੌੜੀ ਹੈ ਦੋ ਅੰਦਰ ਨਿਕਾਉਣੀ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਸਵਾਦ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਚਿੱਤ ਕੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਨਿਕਾਉਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਸੋਚਣੀ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਡਿਪੈਂਡ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੂਤ ਪਲੀਤੀ ਕੱਪੜ ਹੋਏ ਦੇਹ ਸਪੂਨ ਲਈਏ ਉਹ ਧੋਏ ਭਰੀਏ ਮਤ ਪਾਪਾਂ ਕੇ ਸੰਗ ਉਹ ਧੋਪੇ ਨਾਵੇਂ ਕੇ ਰੰਗ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅਨਸਾਬ ਦੇ ਐਂਡ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਰੋਜ਼ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਨੀ ਨਾਮ ਤੇ ਆਇਆ ਗਏ ਮਸਕਤ ਘਾਲ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇ ਮੁਖ ਉਜਲੇ 33 ਜੁੱਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਨਾਮ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਪਾਰ ਉਤਾਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਨ ਵੀ ਧੋ ਹੋਣਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਨਾਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਧੋ ਹੋਣਾ ਆ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਵਿਆਖਿਆ ਸਾਹਿਤ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੋਚਣ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਡਿਪੈਂਡ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਦੂਸਰਾ ਇਹ ਹੈਗਾ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਦੀ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ ਆ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਵਾ ਇੱਕ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦਿਲ ਸਮਝੋ ਮਿਹਤਾ ਸਮਝੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੱਕ ਉਹ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਉਣੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਨਾ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਲੱਗੇ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਰੱਖੋ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੀ ਬਾਡੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ ਔਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਬਾਡੀ ਦੇ ਹਿੱਸੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਉਣਾ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਇਹੋ ਹੀ ਨਾ ਸੋਚੀਏ ਵੀ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਣਾ ਇੱਕ ਜੀਵ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਵੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਰੂੜੀਆਂ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲਾ ਨਾ ਕੰਮ ਸਜੀਏ ਉਹ ਕਰੂੜੀਆਂ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲਾ ਕੰਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਿਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਇਹ 'ਤੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਅਸਰ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਪਰ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਾਡੀ ਤੱਕ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਇਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਸਕਦਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਨਾ ਥਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਿੰਨ ਵਸਤੂ ਪਈਓ ਸਤ ਸੰਤੋਖ ਵਿਚਾਰੋ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਨਾਮ ਠਾਕੁਰ ਕਾ ਪਇਓ ਜਿਸ ਕਾ ਸਭ ਸਦਾ ਜੇ ਕੋ ਖਾਵੇ ਜੇ ਕੋ ਪੁੰਚੈ ਪੁੰਚੇ ਦਾ ਭਾਵ ਹਜਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਜੇ ਕੋ ਖਾਵੇ ਜੇ ਕੋ ਪੁੰਚੈ ਤਿਸ ਕਾ ਹੋਏ ਉਧਾਰ ਇਹ ਵਸਤ ਜੀ ਨਾ ਜਾਈ ਨਿਤਿਨ ਬਹੁਤ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ I would like to hear from the youth as well. How do you enjoy saying Vaheguru or doing Simran? Which is the best way for you? And also Sangat on this side, I mean, what is your experience? You know, everyone has different experience. So idea is to share your experience. What actually brings you close to Vaheguru?
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Well, personally, when I say Vaheguru, when I do Simran, I feel connection with Vaheguru. I feel at one. That's enough experience for me. That's an enjoyable experience for me. That's how I say. That's how I meditate and say Vaheguru.
That's fantastic, because that's his personal experience. Yeah. Some people have quoted saying when they listen to the katha, that's amazing experience. Yeah. So everyone is different. Vaheguru has made everyone different. So you can pass the mic in front if anyone wants to give the opinion. Hanji.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. And when you're doing Simran, you should feel that connection with Vaheguru.
Amazing.
And I believe that only when you feel that connection with Vaheguru is when you're doing Simran properly. And you shouldn't do it under force. When you do Simran, you should enjoy it. Feel like that there is a purpose to it. And that purpose is to have that connection with Vaheguru. So if you do have that connection with Vaheguru, that means that you are doing the Simran properly, and that I believe that that's the only way to properly enjoy it.
That's fantastic.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Okay, so if anyone has any view there's an opportunity now. Otherwise, we're going to move to the next question.
Can I add?
Hanji.
I think when a child hurts themselves, the word they normally refer, they might normally shout out the word mummy, you know, mum, I'm hurt myself. You know, bhukh lagdi hai, bachcha udo bhi mummy nu bulanda hai.
Hanji.
At a spiritual level, right, as you grow older, even at a young age, what do you call for? You call for your supreme creator, Vaheguru, Ra, Guru. You know, you are blessing, you are praising the ultimate creator. And what this is a link between your inner soul and with the Supreme Lord. What we're trying to do is make sure the vibration happens at the same level. So what it has to be done with, Simran has to be done with sincerity. It has to be done with a calm and soothing mind.
Absolutely.
That's all I have to
Thank
say.
you. Okay, so we move on to the second question.
So moving on, somebody asked, I read Guru Granth Sahib Ji Bani for at least 3 hours every day, but do not seem to really understand it. I was told reading and listening is enough to get understanding. What's your opinion on that?
Okay, so again, this question was asked by one Penji. She reads Guru Granth Sahib's Bani 3 hours every day. And she was told by someone that if you carry on reading, you will understand it automatically. And that is true as well, but they are quite difficult words in Guru Granth Sahib's Bani. If you carry on reading again, and again, admittedly, when you read it first time, although you know the words, your focus isn't there. ਧਿਆਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉੱਥੇ. Second time ਪੜੋਗੇ, ਧਿਆਨ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉੱਥੇ. Third time, if you're lucky, you can focus more. Okay? So basically, gradually you grasp the meaning. But there are some words which have very, very complex meaning. So you have to refer to the steek, which is the translation. And my experience, my personal experience is, if I want to read Gurbani for 3 hours, I don't worry about how many pages I've read. I slow myself down. Rather than reading 20 pages, I read 2. And then understand, move. Because remember, Gurbani is not just read. Amrit vela sach now vadiyai vichar. So vichar is so essential. I can guarantee you, you can try. If you read just one Shabad every day, one Hukamnama, do the translation, understand the translation, and then think how I can apply in my life. I caught you. It's so difficult. I've read the Hukamnama. Now how I'm going to apply this in my life? There is a Shabad in Gurbani that I'm not going to become angry anymore. Because if I become angry, then it's going to cause problem for me. My body is going to get diseased. At the same time, I'm going to get upset. Frida bureda palakar, gussa manna handaye, dehi rogna lagai palla sab kich paye. Now this Shabad, I know the translation. But how do I implement if you shout at me?
Absolutely.
I have to implement. I have to have that control, self-control on me to actually practice it. So that's all I would like to say here.
It's very difficult because you might want to start the day in a peaceful situation. You're driving to work, somebody cuts you up.
Yeah.
That could be a fuse or a light which gives you anger. You didn't intend for yourself to get angry. Something could happen at work, something could happen at school. These are outside influences, but somehow we need as individuals to absorb them. The original question talked about, well, understanding the Gurbani. I think the way to understand Gurbani is to remember that we're students. Yeah, we're young people, young souls probably might be the right way to look at it. And there's no speed. There's not like a speedometer which says you've got to do 3-4 pages. Even if you can do 1 or 2 lines, even if it's a couple of words that you suddenly get better understanding of what those words mean, then that will help you in your journey. So there's no speed, slowly, and you will get there.
We'll pass over to the Sat Sangat now. If you want to share your experience, you must be reading Gurbani. If you can bring the mic in front, please. And that will help. Anything you say, nothing is wrong, because that's your own experience. Don't be afraid you're going to say something which might be wrong. It's your experience. Someone might be thinking, wow, that relates to me.
I'm just going to go over a story about Guru Harai Ji.
Hanji.
Now, Guru Harai Ji was out and he met 3 men. And the 3 men raised the same question, that we don't understand what we are reading. Should we still do Gurbani? Is that going to have a positive impact on my body? And what the Guruji had, he had a pot with butter in. He dropped the pot and the honey went all over the place. And then he picked up a piece and questioned them, saying, what do you see? And they still saw butter on that pot, even though it was broken. So, in a sense, this sort of raises a question that maybe you don't understand it, but could it still have a positive impact on your body?
It does have positive impact on the body, but the question is, do you want to understand what Guru Maharaj is saying in the Bani? I'm just counter-questioning you.
Will the understanding come from your actions later on? As you absorb it in, your behaviour and attitude will change.
Yeah.
I think ideally we want to get to that stage where we can understand, but those that don't understand shouldn't feel disheartened and shouldn't feel that we should stop reading Gurbani because we don't understand. What Guru Harai Sahib has taught in that Sakhi is that continue having that love and that pyar and that dedication towards your Guru and carry on reading Gurbani, and it will have a positive impact on you, but at the same time keep putting in the effort to understand as much as you can, and even if you can't, Guru will guide you and Guru will help you along the way.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. Yeah, Anji.
I was just going to say, like in my personal experience, one really good way to do vichar, it works for me, is like, you know, sometimes when you're reading Bani or you're doing your Nitnem and a certain line out of the Gurbani keeps ringing in your head all day, like one line just keeps coming back to you. I tend to try and do vichar on that one sentence because I feel like it's come to me, like rather than I haven't picked one, or it's just a really impulsive way to do vichar, and it really works. I think because I think it's a message from your Guru. He's talking to you directly. Your mind's talking to you, and I find that happens a lot more when your actions are mirroring Sikhi. Is basically when you're living the life as well as just doing your part and doing your Bani. This happens a lot more. You'll feel like, I personally feel like Guru talks to you like on a personal level a lot more. It just keeps on happening, and it's a really good way to do vichar. I feel it feels personal.
Now, question is, has it helped you to deal with your, say, family better? Like, it may be your mother-in-law, maybe your husband, maybe your children.
Yeah, 100%. It just helps in everything. More than anything, it helps you with yourself. I think that's the main battle that you face. Even though nothing around you will have changed, your family is exactly the same, but you feel different towards them. That's the main battle, I think, is you and your mind. And I think when you keep that space for Guruji to sit in your mind, everything else around you just starts to seem calmer, more beautiful. You seem to just fall in. I feel like you fall in love with everything else a lot more.
That's fantastic.
But
Yeah.
the external factors don't, as you just said, the external factors don't change. You'll still have problems, you'll still have issues, but it's as how you stay. Do you stay stationary as if you're a boat in a rough sea? And that's the analogy that you want to look at.
Amazing. So if anyone wants to add, now is the chance.
We have
Okay?
one over there.
Just raise your hands. Okay, there's a Pali right behind you. Pali Kaur, over to you.
I think what the most important thing is establishing a good rapport with Vaheguru. Once you feel more devotion towards him, and once you feel more close, so like not necessarily, you know, reading part, I don't know, every day, like so taking your time and stuff, whether it's a few lines, as we've already said, and a few words, but as long as you understand what you've read, most importantly, and feel something towards what you've read, and then you can't reflect on it and think, wow, you know, I never knew this before, I've learned something new and I can apply this, what I've read. I think it's more about your sincerity and what you show and how you can think, yeah, I've received, you know, I've got the Guru Granth Sahib as a really good guide, and I'm using that guide and I'm respecting it to then apply more in my life. And as Benji was saying earlier, the more you read Gurbani and the more you understand it, you're out of situations that did used to cause obstacles for you, or you did feel a bit aggravated or apprehensive towards them, you see them and you feel them more, and you approach them in a more calmer state of mind. You're not sort of affected by things before, whereas, you know, you'd be worrying constantly, you'd be in an anxious state. You can deal with situations and matters more better because you've got more strength in yourself, and that only becomes by establishing and having a close relationship with Vaheguru.
That's amazing. I think that's a very nice way of putting it. You know, two people exposed to same circumstances react differently.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and everyone is different. People who are close to Vaheguru, they are more stable. You know, it's like when it's pitch dark. Analogy is, when it's pitch dark, you don't know what's in front of you. And you tread over a little rope, you think it's a snake, you jump. So Gurbani removes that doubt, removes that darkness, brings you into light. And you can tread over anything, you know what it is. Simple. Yeah. So thank you very much. And one young Singh wants to add as well. Come on.
I
Anji.
think whenever you're doing any sort of part, the one thing that you need to have inside of you is effort. If you're just going to do it and not try to imply it within your daily life, I don't think there's any point in doing it because you're not learning anything. You're just reading
Absolutely
it.
right. Absolutely right. Yeah. Thank you very much. Hanji.
ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਿੰਪਲ ਹੀ ਆ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਦਮੀ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਇਛਾਵਾਂ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਮਨ ਤੋਂ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ
सतगुरु के पास तिस सेवक
ਤੇ
के
ਸੇਵਕ ਕੇ
ਕਾਰਜ
ਕਾਰਜ
ਰਸ।
ਰਸ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਬਹੁਤ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣਾ ਮਨ ਵਾ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਅਰਪਣ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਊਗਾ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਣਾ ਪਊਗਾ। ਜਦੋਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਦੇਤਾ, ਜੋ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ। ਜਿੰਨਾ ਚਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਮਨ ਹੀ ਨਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਅਰਪਣ ਕਰਦੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਪਰ ਆਖੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੰਨਦੇ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਆਪਾਂ ਤਾਈਓ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਲਈ ਅਰਪਣ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਜੀ।
ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਇਹੋ ਹੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਜੀ। ਸੋ ਇਹਦਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਭਾਵ ਇਹੀ ਆ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਚੰਗੀ ਗੱਲ। ਇਫ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਬਾਣੀ, that's fantastic. But how do you implement in your lives? That's very important. So we'll field the last question, which is a very simple question, I think, and then time is over.
Hopefully a simple question.
Yeah.
How many sources of creation are there?
There are main four sources of creation. अंडज जेरज सेतज कीनी उत्मुज खान बहु रच दीनी कहूँ फूल राजा है बैठा कहूँ सिमट पे शंकर इकट्ठा। अंडज, अंडज mean अंडा, egg. Jeraj, Jeraj means from the womb. Setaj means sweat, dampness. And Utbuj, Utbuj means which comes from the ground, from the soil, which is vegetation. So Guru Maharaj describes in the Bani, there are four ways of creation, four main ways of creation, but there is no end to it. In Japji Sahib Bani, Guru Maharaj reveals, Ketiyan khani, Ketiyan bani, Kete paat narind, Ketiyan surti sevak, Kete nanak ant na ant. There are, although there are main four sources of creation, but there are other ways of creation as well. For example, air is born or air is created in different way. Water is created in different way. It's none of the four main ways. Okay? So what we need to say is, Vaheguru, you are amazing. The way you have created your creation is absolutely fantastic. We can't find the limit of your creation. You are amazing. Vadi hu vada apar tera martaba rang parang anek na japan kartaba. जिया अंदर जियो सब कुछ जान ला, सब कुछ तेरे घर तेरा घर भला, तेरे घर आनंद वधाई तुद कर मान महत्ता तेज अपना आप जार सरब कला भरपूर जिते दिसे जत कथा नानक दासन दास तुद आगे बिन बता। सो सात संगत जी, program time is finished. If you have any question, please drop an email at discoversikhi@sikhchannel.tv, or you can phone up the Sikh channel phone number and tell any Sevadar that this question is for Discover Sikhi program. So with these thoughts, ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਫਤਿਹ ਸਾਂਝੀ ਕਰਨੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।